Hello, how are you? My name is N for Recaps. As you can see, that's a weird name, but if you've gone through the intro on my channel, you know what we are here for. I have to apologize to my subscribers. I haven't posted in a while. I am so sorry. Life lifed. Yeah. But I will be posting more now. And if you go through the short video I've put on the channel, you will understand what the channel is for, what we are here for. My honest hope and goal is to get more people into AI, tech, and data, to get more people to think outside the box. And this cuts across all ages, socioeconomic backgrounds, and the like, wherever you are all over the world. Now, I know a number of people are already, if you are Gen Z, Alpha, and even millennials who are very savvy, you are in some way, shape, or another interacting with AI, whether it's democratized AI platforms like ChatGPT or Copilot or Claude or whatever the tools all over the world. Yeah, but there are some people who are fundamentally afraid of using this tool and they don't necessarily understand what it's for and how disruptive it is. So, what I'm going to do on this channel, as much as possible, is, as I said from my intro, provide clarity. I am not here to preach at you. I am not here to hype you up. I am literally just here to hold your hand and guide you. And my ultimate goal really is to encourage more people, especially people from highly underrepresented groups, to consider a career in this area. What are we looking at for today? So, guys, please bear with me. I have my script. I have ADHD and I tend to ramble and rumble, and if I do not follow a script, I will carry us to destinations that I'm sure we did not plan to go to. So you're going to have to bear with me. So let's talk about AI. So AI is already changing what we believe. Let's keep it 500%. Not just in the future, but right now. Like, for some people, it's quite a risky endeavor, right? In this video, I want to explain how AI deepfakes actually work, who they are affecting. Let me use the UK because that's my immediate environment, and why understanding this matters, especially if you don't live online. I already mentioned what this channel is about. Learning about AI is very important for me now because it's reshaping evidence, trust, and credibility. Yeah. Think about the time that if you use something like X or TikTok or even YouTube, think about that video that fooled you for like 2 seconds and you thought, oh my God, is this real? Yeah, that's AI right there. That's AI. It's scary, isn't it? This isn't a tech tutorial, and I won't really be giving you that on this channel. It's about understanding what's changing and who it affects first. Let's start there. It's trying to humanize the changes we are seeing with AI. That's really what we're trying to do here, guys. Let's talk about deepfakes. I know when many people nowadays think about deepfakes, they think, oh, celebrity hoaxes, or the example I just gave, when you see something and for like, wait, first 10, 15, but for AI is getting very good. For the first like almost 10 seconds, your brain is a bit confused. Is this real or not? A lot of deepfakes aren't viral, they are targeted. You know how your bank will normally warn you if you get a call from a customer, from a customer service number you don't recognize, or from somebody pretending to be them, asking you to give your card details, etc. Deepfakes are being used for things like that. AI can now generate convincing images, videos, voices using very little source material. That means someone doesn't need fame to feel impersonated, just a digital footprint. And once something looks real, people tend to stop questioning it. Like I said, think about the so-called old days. This was just like what 2 3 years ago, when your biggest worry was somebody trying to scam you over the phone or over your emails. Criminals are usually, I have to give it to them, they are usually the first ones to capitalize on any technological innovation. Why? Because the ultimate goal of a criminal is to get you to relax and trust or not trust what you are seeing, hearing, or feeling. So, great, we identified the problem. So, who is most at risk? I'm so sorry to say this, guys. In the UK, groups most likely to get targeted by deepfakes, older people or people who are just not online. Older people are usually targeted for AI generated voice scams, fake calls that sound like family members or officials. For within the black community, especially black women, deepfakes raise another issue. When images or audio are manipulated, they are more likely to believe without scrutiny. Sorry. Again, this is not targeting black women or black people or even older people. It is just people who tend not to be one as online or maybe even as tech savvy. And unfortunately, the groups I just mentioned tend to fall within that space. And again, this is not just because of technology alone, it's because of existing bias. AI doesn't remove that, it only amplifies it. So a lot of people don't, like a lot of older people have bias. You're biased. And it's not your fault, it is just the way the human mind works. Don't forget that we have had, I think as a younger millennial, the drastic amount of technological innovations are even hard for me to keep up with. I remember when we didn't have cell phones. Now, cell phones have become the literal heartbeat of most people. Most people do their banking, they contact their family members, their friends, literally their entire lives. Many people do not watch TV anymore, guys. Everything we do it on our phone. We are entertained with our phone. We get sexual satisfaction from our phones. The phones have so imbibed themselves into your brain. Your dopamine depends on your phone, right? So people can be in their bed all day, all week. They don't have to get up except to pee and eat, and all they are doing is going on their phone because your phone has everything now. Phones are especially designed to be addictive. And I truly believe it has affected our brain waves, the way we absorb information, retain information, understand things. So if you now put that together with your implicit biases, if you're an older person, older people have lived, so they tend to be set in their ways, whatever their ways are. I'm not here to do right wing, left wing, I don't really care. But like whatever your biases are, imagine you are nervous about the economy and you're always going on Twitter or Google to look at the economy. That's algorithm. Your algorithm understands that, oh wow, person A really loves to read about the economy, and this is the type of content they like to see about the economy. So you are flooded, inundated with all that information. So because it's kind of like a cycle of paranoia. If you believe, if the first article, if your search engine is always, why is the economy looking bad, why is the economy always like this, they are going to keep on feeding you that information, so you begin to believe that the economy is crashing and burning. Now don't get me wrong, we're living in today's world, we know things are not where they're supposed to be. Are they as bad as they are in every single subject matter? Maybe not. But it doesn't help if you keep on punching that button on your search bar, getting the same bias over and over and over and over again. Do you feel me? A lot of people will say things like, why don't you just ignore it, right? Or, be more skeptical. I think we can all agree that's not enough. Trust isn't evenly distributed, guys. If a system already doubts you, a fake image, audio clip doesn't have to convince everyone, just the wrong authority, employer, bank, or social circle. This is not about trying to convince you, everybody. It's about trying to convince enough of somebody. Yeah? This is why understanding AI is so important. Not to panic, but to recognize, how do I say this now? When technology is being used to shift power quietly. And we see this all the time. I use X a lot as somebody who is into technology, right? X today is not what X was 5 years ago when I first started using it properly. And that should scare you. I haven't used Facebook in years, but I'm very sure if I log on to Facebook, it's not going to be what it was when I was a young teen. And that should not scare you, but that should make you you should just be aware of it, right? And how that would impact a user of said platform. So how does this come back to learning AI? All the more reason why it's important to learn it. Why I am learning it is because of work. But if I bring everything I've just said together, it still comes back to my point. I'm learning AI because I want to understand where these systems fail, not just where they succeed. Access to understanding shouldn't be limited to people in tech. If AI is shaping who gets believed, who gets questioned, who gets harmed, then explaining it clearly becomes a form of protection. And I'm sure you would agree with that. Yeah? Understanding the power of a system or anything we are using in our day to day is important to knowing how to self regulate. Yeah, guys, thank you for joining me on this very first video. As mentioned, this channel will be, as much as possible, trying to cover recaps, clearly explain these things in a way that is organic and normal and easy to consume. There will be overlaps with AI. I mean, that is the purpose of this channel. And look, I will also, as I've just said, I'll be explaining AI in the exact same way. I'll be humanizing it for you, trying to explain it, even when I'm trying to give what feels like a tutorial, because I won't be doing that here much. I will try and bring the human, I will try and keep it as straightforward as possible to give you the real world impact of what you are learning about and what you are reading about. Because look, I truly believe that this is the future. And I believe that a lot of people are underestimating how this new thing can impact and is currently impacting our world today. If you're interested, come and join me. Peace.